Most people think self-made millionaires have some secret trick, a magic investment, insider knowledge, a lucky break that changed everything overnight. But when you actually study their stories, something surprising shows up again and again. The biggest difference isn't how much money they made, it's how they thought about money long before they ever had it. One of the first money lessons self-made millionaires learn is that money is a tool, not a trophy. To most people, money is about status. It's proof that you've made it. But self-made millionaires rarely see it that way. They see money as leverage, something that gives them options, time, freedom, the ability to choose what they work on and who they work with. That mindset changes every decision. Instead of asking, will this make me look successful? They ask, will this make me more free 5 years from now? Another lesson is that income matters, but behavior matters more. Plenty of people earn high salaries and still live paycheck to paycheck. Self-made millionaires understand that wealth isn't built by how much you make in a month, but by how consistently you keep money working for you. They don't let spending rise automatically with income. When they earn more, they don't immediately upgrade everything. They upgrade selectively. They're intentional. That gap between what they earn and what they spend becomes the engine of wealth. They also learn very early that saving alone won't make you rich. Saving is defensive. It protects you from disaster, but it doesn't create abundance. Millionaires save with a purpose. Every dollar they save is waiting to be deployed into a business, an investment, a skill, something that can grow. They don't hoard cash out of fear. They position it out of strategy. A huge lesson that separates self-made millionaires from everyone else is their relationship with risk. They don't avoid risk, but they don't gamble either. They take calculated risks. They understand that doing nothing is also a risk, just a quieter one. Staying in a comfortable job you hate for 30 years is risky. Never learning how money works is risky. They get good at asking one question before any big decision: what's the downside, and can I survive it? If the downside won't ruin them permanently, they move forward. They also learn that time is more valuable than money, especially early on. Many self-made millionaires are willing to work incredibly hard at the beginning, but they're careful about what they work hard on. They don't just trade time for money forever. They trade time for skills, experience, and ownership. They focus on learning things that compound: sales, communication, leadership, investing, building systems. These skills keep paying them long after the effort is done. Another powerful lesson is that being broke is often expensive. When you're short on money, you make short-term decisions. You buy cheap instead of buying once. You choose convenience over strategy. Self-made millionaires learn to zoom out. They're willing to pay more upfront if it saves time, stress, or repeated costs later. They think in years, not weeks. That long-term thinking shows up everywhere, from the businesses they build to the habits they keep. They also understand the difference between looking rich and being rich. Looking rich costs money. Being rich generates money. Flashy cars, luxury clothes, and expensive lifestyles often delay wealth instead of creating it. Many self-made millionaires live surprisingly normal lives, especially while they're building. They don't need external validation because they're focused on internal metrics: net worth, cash flow, freedom of schedule. Another lesson is that debt isn't always evil, but it's always dangerous if misunderstood. Self-made millionaires separate bad debt from strategic debt. Bad debt buys things that lose value and trap future income. Strategic debt is used carefully to acquire assets or opportunities that produce more than they cost. The key difference is control. If debt controls you, it's a problem. If you control the debt, it can be a tool. They also learn that money follows value, not effort. Working hard doesn't guarantee wealth. Creating value does. That's why self-made millionaires obsess over problems. Big problems. Painful problems. Problems people will pay to have solved. They don't ask, how hard can I work? They ask, how many people can I help and how deeply? The scale of value determines the scale of income. Another important lesson is emotional control. Money exposes emotions: fear, greed, impatience, ego. Self-made millionaires train themselves to make financial decisions when emotions are calm. They don't panic sell. They don't chase hype. They don't invest because of excitement or fear of missing out. They understand that most financial mistakes are emotional, not logical. They also learn to separate self-worth from net worth. When money becomes your identity, every financial setback feels like a personal failure. Self-made millionaires don't think this way. They see losses as feedback, not judgment. This allows them to recover faster, learn faster, and try again without being emotionally crushed. Another lesson that shows up again and again is ownership. Self-made millionaires aim to own things that produce income instead of only earning income themselves. Businesses, equity, intellectual property, investments. Ownership creates leverage. It allows you to earn without being present every hour. Even small ownership stakes, compounded over time, can completely change your financial future. They also understand that money amplifies who you already are. If you're disciplined, money gives you more freedom. If you're reckless, money magnifies the chaos. That's why many self-made millionaires work on their habits long before their bank accounts grow. Discipline, patience, and consistency matter more than clever strategies. Another critical lesson is learning how money actually works. Taxes, cash flow, investing. Most people never learn these things formally. Self-made millionaires teach themselves. They read, they ask questions, they learn from people ahead of them. They don't outsource understanding completely. Even if they hire experts, they know enough to ask good questions and spot bad advice. They also learn that comparison is expensive. Comparing your financial journey to someone else's timeline leads to bad decisions. Risky shortcuts, impulsive spending. Self-made millionaires stay focused on their own lane. They measure progress against who they were last year, not against someone else's highlight reel. Another lesson is patience. Wealth rarely happens fast, but it compounds quietly. Self-made millionaires are comfortable with slow progress if it's consistent. They understand that most people quit right before the curve bends upward. They stay longer. They keep building when it's boring. That patience is often the difference. They also learn to protect their downside. Insurance, emergency funds, diversification. These aren't exciting, but they're essential. Self-made millionaires know that one bad event can erase years of progress if you're unprepared. Protecting what you've built is just as important as building it. Finally, one of the most important money lessons from self-made millionaires is that wealth is a byproduct, not the goal. The real goal is freedom. Freedom of time, freedom of choice, freedom from constant financial stress. Money is just the system they use to get there, and that's the part most people miss. Self-made millionaires don't chase money blindly. They design lives they don't want to escape from. Money simply becomes the fuel that supports that design. If there's one takeaway, it's this. Wealth isn't built by one big decision. It's built by hundreds of small disciplined choices made consistently over time. Choices about spending, learning, risk, patience, and perspective. And the good news is, every one of those choices is available to you, starting now. If this helped you, consider subscribing.